Yo, what's good, everyone? Thank you for jumping in. Whether you watching live or you watching sometime down the road. Hey, I just want to appreciate you for joining in. And you see the thumbnail. Yes, another Passport Bro video. But we gonna try to take a deep dive into this thing today. We're gonna talk about it. And I have a special guest. Have two special guests. We have Big Play Dre, and then we have Real. No, I had to bring an official Passport Bro on today. Cause I always tell people I'm not a passport bro. But whenever I see, people online, saying some false painting false narratives out there, I gotta come in and defend the brothers out there that consider themselves travelers and passport bros, of that nature. So we definitely gonna jump into this thing today. Hey Real, how you doing today?
Good man, just holding it down. Been having a busy
Yeah,
last two days, just coming in to
yeah,
see what
yeah.
y'all brothers
King, what's
talking about.
yeah, King, what's good with you? You just waking up?
Man, I'm just waking up, man. Just waking up, man. Went out last night. I'm glad you called me, man. I'll probably still be asleep, man.
Oh, it's all good, brother. We gonna get into this thing today. Since we have an official passport bro on. No, real give the folks a little bit of background about yourself and with you traveling and whatever you want to say about your background and with you traveling, what makes you an official passport bro. I'm gonna let give a little background.
Well, first of all, the official passport, bro. I'm a black man who travels, but if you want to call me that, I'm not shying away from it. But it is what it is. Well, first of all, I've been traveling since I was a kid. My dad was my stepdad was a famous musician, and so I always traveled when I was a kid. I've been to pretty much every major city in America multiple times. I have family from Harlem all the way to Oakland and L.A., Chicago, Houston, Dallas, all over the place. I've always traveled. But internationally, man, I've been trying to do it for like 20 years. But you know how it is. You get a couple of boys and you say, man, let's do this. I was always the adventurous and I was never scared to go anywhere, but I always cancel my trip because my boys couldn't go. So, man, about 10 years, I just started to leave and go myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
like being in uncomfortable situations. I think I thrive in under pressure in uncomfortable situations. So I like seeing and traveling and talking about new things. So I've been doing that for about 10 years, traveling internationally. I've been to a few places, quite a few places.
Mm.
I love to travel though, man. It's like a big stress reliever for me.
Man, that's what's up. Now you're international. When you start like really getting into international traveling.
Oh man, that's about 10 years ago. College buddy of mine, man. I was where was I going? I think I was going down to Honduras. Some Dr. Sabi was popping and stuff, so I wanted to check
Hmm.
that out because I was trying to get into the natural thing. And he just called me out of the blue one day. I hadn't talked to him in like 3 weeks, and he was like, "Hey man, let's go to." I think he was trying to go to Brazil at the time, at the last minute, but some kind of way his flight got mixed up and it got deterred, and he ended up in Turks and
Hmm.
Caicos. So he called me. He was like,
Mm.
"Hey man, what you doing Monday?" This was a Thursday. He's like, "What you doing Monday?" And I was like, "I'm not doing nothing." He said, "You got your passport?" I said, "I just ordered it. I didn't get it yet." And so he's like, "Man, pack your shit, man. We're going to Turks and Caicos." This was like the following Thursday. I was like, "Man, I don't have enough time." He's like, "Man, listen, you gotta come here." So I ended up getting the
Yeah.
passport, the plane ticket and everything, man. Ended up going to Turks and Caicos, man. When I tell you we had a blast, first international trip,
Mm.
man, and it was, oh my goodness, man.
Mm.
It was it was really, really nice. It was really, really nice. Expensive. I don't know if anybody ever been to Turks and Caicos. It's expensive, but
Yeah.
man, it's beautiful down beautiful, beautiful.
Real, you starting to get a little choppy right there. You breaking up on us.
So that was my
There
first
you
time traveling. That was probably about, I want to say about 10 or 11 years ago. And ever since then, man, I just been all right. What about now? Is it better?
Okay, there.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So
better
you
now.
said about 11 years ago, and ever since then, man, I just been jumping on planes, taking off, going when I feel like it. You know, if I can afford it. But you know, about 10 years ago, not so much because I was a teacher, but I was home. Okay. Yeah, so I transitioned from teaching about 10 years. Well, it's actually been about 15 years ago. So since I left, I was able to do things to make more money. And so I'm able to travel a lot more in the last probably, about 10 years. I've been traveling more frequently.
Man, good stuff.
Can you hear me?
And while yeah, I hear you. Yeah. And while we on the subject about what
Hello?
is a
Can you hear me?
passport, bro? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
All right. So since we on the subject of what's a passport, bro, I'm gonna play this video. I think it's like 3-4 minutes long, talking about what is the different definitions that we have out there. I don't know, Rel, are you familiar with El Guapo?
Yes, I am. I started
Okay, I'm ready to
following
play one.
him maybe 2 years ago, a year and a half.
Okay, I'm ready to share one of his videos.
You maybe have a slight delay.
Yeah. We have a delay on. I think you have a delay over there, but we'll make it. We'll make it through it. Hold on one second. We're gonna play this video.
Story. We are taking the men that they don't want. So what are these American women mad about? This is by Lai Chu.
Passport Bros Business Class, yes, does a fantastic job of defining what Passport Bros and other derivations of men that travel are.
I'm guessing she's Chinese. So this is the story. I have been paying close attention to the recent trend of Passport Bros. These are American men who travel to foreign countries in search of a partner. No, that's not what Passport Bros are. Passport Bros are black men who travel abroad seeking relationships and marriage.
I agree. And I've made this assertion before that I believe the Passport Bros moniker goes to American black men that travel. I agree with that. There's more.
Now, white guys who do this are referred to as the Passport Joes.
I like Passport Joes. I like that name. Somebody put Passport Joes in the chat. Passport Joes. Let's go.
In this country who actually go abroad looking for men, and then they pretty much come back empty-handed because the men abroad ain't trying to hit up. Those are the Passport Hoes.
Passport Bros, Passport Joes, Passport 304s. Let's go.
Now, some of these women who got jealous of Passport Bros because we can do what they can't, and we can go abroad and we can find love and marriage and they can't do it. Well, they got jealous of us, so they started trying to shame, blame, and explain the Passport Bros. They started calling you human traffickers, this, that, and other. The Passport Bros.
I'm gonna pause it right there. Let me unmute y'all. I'm gonna pause it right there.
Yeah.
So, Rel, let's talk about it. Are you under the same indication that the women are a little jealous that we can go internationally and find a wife and they can't go internationally and find a husband?
Oh, absolutely. It's a different dynamic. The thing is, I mean, we all heard it. Women have changed in the last 40 years. Men have acquired these new rights, and they think they know, and they think they're more logical than men. They think they can do what we can do, but because we haven't changed, we will always want the same women we wanted since the beginning of time. You know, they're trying to redefine what masculinity and femininity is. Can't do that. It does not work like that. And so when we don't want to tolerate them, we leave, because that's still got, I mean, it's 99% of the women in the world who are traditional women who we want to marry and women that are submissive. So we can leave. So what they do, like with any other thing, wherever we go, they go and try to infiltrate it. So they're trying to travel but they can't do what we can do. First of all, it's a little less safe for women, right? They can't be as adventurous as we can. That's number one. And number two, it's just of course, our women, they want security. They want a man with money. Well, guess what? America is like the end all be all, the number one country where money is. So that's strike two against it. Number three, 99% of the men in this world want a feminine, cooperative woman, right? And they're not trying to be that over there, so it doesn't work for them. So it's like,
I'm gonna get me canceled on the damn show.
no, that's just a King. But check this out, King.
I agree with what he's saying though, and I'm interested in to hear some of your stories, man. How has women treated you in other countries versus women here in America?
Hold on, King. You jumping ahead of me. Hold on.
My bad.
Hey, let's get back into the video. Hold on. We gonna get there. Get there. Got a slow stroke first. Pause.
I like
Bros, the
that.
passport Joes have nothing to do with trafficking.
True.
Those are called the transport bros.
Transport bros. My man has bars. Passport bros, passport Joes, passport 304s, and transport bros. Let's go, yo. He's spitting bars. Are y'all paying attention?
And see, they're called the transport bros because they transport hoes. So we've got nothing to do with that at all. We are a wholesome, savory organization.
Yes, we are.
And right after that, there are some people who choose to stay on the plantation. They continue to wife up quiches and single moms and whatever here in America, liberal feminists mostly. Those are called the plantation bros because they.
Yes, the good old plantation bros. Those that the have-nots, those that cannot travel. And I'm not rubbing it in your face, but normally those are the ones. These are the men in the local community that have something slick to say about passport bros. Not trying to start any beef, but the good brother Dennis Sperling, shout out to the Blizzard King.
I am the Blizzard.
He just dug 6 feet deep into the behind paws of one of these plantation bros that had something slick to say about him. They're very easy to recognize. Plantation bros are very easy to recognize. They're either people that have cannot travel, have not traveled, or have that, I'll die for my city mentality. Yes, Dapper Dons, the Pookies, and the Ray Rays. Let's keep going.
Oh, right. Well, let's talk about that. Now, y'all be on my Facebook. And whenever we talk about this topic, the passport bros, we always have a plantation bro coming in the comment section. Plantation bro pandering. They either pandering or they plantation bros. And what he just described was exactly that type of person. Either they can't travel or they don't have the funds to travel. So they try to be defensive and pander to the women, or they just try to hate on the men that do travel because they can't travel. Real, what's your take on that?
Well, they're basically a bunch of guys, man, who's depends on the age, because some of those guys.
Real, you going in? You breaking? You start off. You broke up on us, man, when you was talking. It's real
right?
choppy.
A lot of those guys, they've been raised by their single mama who ran every dude off, or they've been raised in let's say a 2-parent household. Oh, all right. What about now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Hello? Hey. What about?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Try taking the headphones off. That could be it.
Hold on.
Probably
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That's a whole lot better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
We can hear you. Ken.
Nah, we can't hear you now.
I don't know. I could
I think
actually
his connection.
hear you a lot better with this.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Okay. All right.
There you go. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's still breaking up a little bit. You know what? Let me see.
But we hear
Maybe
we
my
hear you better like
computer,
this.
like I said, man,
Maybe your
I'm on an old computer because my other
yeah,
one.
we
Can you hear me okay now?
we hear you better now. Yeah, can't put he might have to
Okay.
put the headphones back
You know what?
on.
Let me
He was
do
about to
this.
say-
Okay. All right. So I was saying is maybe you know, these the 80s guys who were raised by single mothers who pretty much ran off every guy they had. They, hold up. Well, this is what I'll let you answer it, and let me get set
I
up
can-
again,
I can-
and I'll jump back in when you finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, while he get that taken care of. But yeah, I know what he's about to say. But yeah, like in my comment section, Ken, you been in my comment section. You always see
I've been in your comment section. Yes.
yeah, you always see brothers, hating, talking about
They be hating hard, man.
hating hard, man, hating hard. But we got some
not-
comments. We got some comments. I want to get to these comments real fast. Let's get
we're not saying we passport bros. We're not.
I'm not a passport.
I'm
yeah,
not a passport bro.
So Leela said y'all want a traditional woman who goes.
That's not what I want. That's not what I
we
want.
never said we wanted a. I guess you talking
never
about just
said
men
that.
in general. We never said that while we've been talking that we want a woman to go 50.
I never said that. I want nobody 50-50. No,
She said
want
that she said that shit don't work, but go off, sir.
That's
We
not
still
what.
love you, Leela.
That's not
We
what.
still
That's not
we
what.
still love you. All right, now we got Pamela, Dr. Grayson. He mentioned with all that's going on, this is the best topic you could come up with. I mean, it's a hot topic. So yes, this is the best topic I could come up with. It's a very polarizing topic. So I'm talking about it. People like to talk about it. Now, you may say it's not nothing nobody want to hear, but the numbers say otherwise. So I'm gonna talk about it. What they say, King, men and women lie, but numbers don't. Numbers don't lie.
That's true. It's a popular thing. It's all down my timeline. So yeah, why not talk about it?
Why not? So I'm gonna see is Rel ready to come back on. Rel, just give me the thumbs up whenever you're ready. But yeah, we gonna keep watching this video till he's ready to come back on. Let's get back into this video.
Okay, sure. All right.
They stayed on the plantation. It's just like when Harriet Tubman was escaping the plantation and she was trying to rescue slaves and bring them to the North. There was some of them who didn't want to go because they were scared. They didn't know nothing about the North. They wanted to stay. Those are plantation bros.
Right.
They don't travel. They don't have passports, most of them. So basically, now that we understand the lingo, I think it's very important to mention that because I need you to understand who's who. So,
Okay.
The last form of plantation bro who stays here and decides to wife up single moms, those are called the cleanup bros.
Cleanup bros. I hadn't heard that one before. The cleanup bros, man. Yo, passport bros, business class, killing the game. I like these definitions. Let's go.
Go to a party and you get there late. If you get there late, you may enjoy maybe only a couple of minutes of the party, and then it's time for everybody to go home, and you're expected to help clean up. So this is why you're called a cleanup bro. The stepdads. If you're sticking around cleaning up and you didn't get the major enjoyment out of the party, and you got there late. Now you got to clean up somebody else's mess. You're a cleanup bro. So please don't be a cleanup bro. But
Don't be a cleanup bro, y'all.
It says, and as someone who has been on the receiving end of judgment and hate for being an Asian woman desired by an American man, I feel compelled to address the controversy surrounding the moment.
Listen, this.
First
Listen.
and foremost, let's talk about what these passport bros are all about. I think I just summed it up. Simply,
He did. Yo, hit the like button for Passport Bros business class. Oh, I hit the wrong like. This one. Bang. And yo, go over and give him a sub. Tell him you heard of him over here on Beautiful Lies. Tell him El Guapo sent you. That in and of itself is worth a subscription to his channel. Let's keep going.
put, they are American men who, for various reasons, have decided to expand their dating pool beyond the borders of their home country.
Right.
Whether they are seeking a change of pace, a different culture, or simply more options, they are traveling the world in search of a wife. While I understand the concerns that some American women have about these men,
Man,
I also
there you
feel
go.
that the hate and judgment directed towards them is unwarranted. Of course you do, dear, because you're an Asian woman. Of course you feel it's unwarranted. You have
Right.
no idea about the minds of these domestic strags right here. Their minds are extraordinarily polluted. They are like in nature, where nature warns us about.
All right. So yeah, they was going in about those definitions, man. Very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Real got you back now. Well, what you was about to say?
Or about the plan.
Yeah, early. Oh yeah, we hear you real good. You must be on that cell phone now.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Having a couple of technical difficulties, but
Hey, it
yeah, it's
happens. It happens.
okay. Yeah, about the passport, the plantation bros. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, the plantation bros. Yes.
Well, like I was saying, it's basically it's a bunch of single mama dudes that was raised by single mamas, and a lot of those their moms that moms never told them, they ran off most of the guys in their life. And so because they ran off the guys, it's like, I'm the queen, you should worship your mom, and mom is everything, and black women is queens and gods and all this other stuff, which, I used to think that too, just because of nature and how I was interested in history and everything. But so these guys grow up kind of worshiping women and telling them they can't do any wrong, which is totally bad. You shouldn't tell anybody they can't do wrong. Everybody should be held accountable.
Mhm.
And so, they come into this defense of women, right? This just illogical defense of women because they don't want. It's basically they trying to get in their draws. That's basically what it is. So they tell them what they want to hear, And so the best way to do that, because it's happened to me several times in my life, they talk about other brothers that's doing better to make them look good.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay. All right.
And so that's why you have these guys that's hating like that. Or, like I say, you have these guys who've been raised. Let's say if they was raised in a 2-parent household. Well, the dad was a simp their whole life. He can't leave because of, the mom might put him on child support or for whatever reason. I mean, you just have some soft guys. Every guy's not an alpha guy. Some dudes are beta, and some of those beta dudes are married, and they raise their sons to be the same way, right? And so that's why you have a bunch of people just hating on guys who pretty much not worried about the women here. They just going to look somewhere else. That's all.
Now, what would you say to people that say, why announce it? Why be public about now? I'm gonna give you my reason. My thing is we do it to let other brothers know that you have options. You can travel, you can go do things. That's why we vocal about it. It's not to shame women or to put down black women or any women for a matter of fact. It's to just let guys know, even if you don't want to travel, that you have the option. Like me, I'm not a big travel person. Like I'm good with I'm a homebody.
Right.
I don't even really do a lot of domestic traveling. But I still want to know about my options and have that knowledge at the same time. So, and I want other guys to know about that knowledge and their options as well, So that's how I feel about it. What's your take on it?
Well, I think that's what it is. Some of those guys it's their first time traveling and they're just excited. and they just want to let the world know. Again, a lot of those guys are raised by single mothers because real men, especially when I grew up, they kept everything to themselves. They kept everything tight knit with the fellas. It's like you kept women separate from business. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of guys, they aren't raised and weren't raised by men like that. So they have to tell the world. Just like women, first thing that happened to them, they're on the phone with their girlfriends, girl. Da, da, da. So you have some guys that's like that. Um, that's not most because of the internet and social media. It makes it seem like it's more guys than what it really is.
Mhm.
And some of those guys, I mean, we say some of these sisters are crazy, but in some aspects they are true. Some of these guys that's on the internet, a small percentage, they probably have been hurt, and so they gotta like throw it back in their face. Which
Mm.
is I don't understand why the women focus on those guys anyway, because that's not the majority. They're just the
It's definitely,
loudest. They're
yep,
just
the
the loudest
loudest
group.
minority. Yep, the
Yeah.
loudest group. Cause honestly, a lot of guys that consider themselves black men that travel, they don't even knock black women in America. Like
Right.
they might say, hey, if you want a more traditional woman, travel, but they don't never go out the door saying, hey, we got to stop messing with these black women. Black women are no good. I
Hmm.
never, like all the groups I've been in, the Black Men Travel group or passport groups, I never hear a bunch of black women bashing or anything like that in the private groups. You know, I never see that. If I do see it, it's a very small percentage. Most of the guys love black women. They love.
Hmm.
We all love black women at the end of the day. Like
I know
most
I do.
around, exactly. We love the sisters,
We
and
love the
then
sisters, man.
and when we do travel, we go in places that have black people, you know.
Exactly. That's
And
that's the
so,
part. That's the part they don't understand, and that's because they've been fed so much bullshit by these other feminist groups. It's like they don't want to hear that part. For instance, I've had several women ask me, well, what is a passport, bro? Because they see me travel, and I guess people talking, know I travel, and I try to
mhm,
explain to them, but I can tell them that 10 times, but out of all that stuff I tell them, they're looking for that one tiny piece of information that can confirm what those other knucklehead feminists have told them. It's like they're not trying to hear
mm,
the 100 things I told them. They're just trying to find that 0.5% just to say, I see, I told you, I told you. Not necessarily the case. So with me, I don't even debate them no more, man. I just let them fall by the
oh
wayside
yeah,
because it's it's
oh yeah,
it's foolish. It's a waste of time, and especially on the internet, you're not going to beat women because majority of them are being brainwashed by the internet. So you're not going to beat them
mm,
on the internet like that. So what I try and do is I'm very direct when I speak, and sometimes I'm a little bit harsh, because I'm known as calling women pecan heads. They take offense to it. But thing is, they brag about being that way. But when I call them that, now I'm offended. It's some crazy psychology. Basically, pecan headed is hard headed for anybody that doesn't know.
I never heard that before. I'm gonna use
I
that one.
never heard.
I'm,
Oh,
Y'all, King, don't do it, King. Don't do
I'm
it,
gonna
King.
use
You gonna
that one,
show?
man. I go out, man.
I've been
You
using
gonna
it for years, bro. I've been calling
you gonna?
them pecan. I call them pecan heads to their face. Some of them laugh about it, but a lot of them time when you one on one with them, they understand. But when you're in a group, when they're in a group, they don't want to seem like they're a weak woman, so they'll argue with you about it. So it's all internet
Yeah.
fun and games, man.
What's the
And,
comments
and
got going on, man? What you got in the comments, man? In the comments,
no,
what's going on?
they're a little quiet right now, but it's gonna be coming now. They taking their notes right now.
Right, right.
But me ask you this: I feel like they trying to what I got. I'm stealing this from El Guapo as well. They trying to color purple the passport bros. They trying to make it seem like the passport bros are traveling, taking advantage of these poor international women. These women are so slow and backwards. They don't know what these men are doing to them. Like, what's up with
Bro,
that?
listen, bro. We are equivalent to those women with, let's say, the Drakes, Rick Ross, Michael Jordans, and Brad Pitts are to the women here, right?
Mm,
But since they're at a much lower level, let's say, than the Drakes, I'm just using them for example. I really hate to use these celebrities or whatever, but since they're at a lower level and they'll never reach attain those guys and they're not in their circles, what they do, they're just they're bitter and they're mad that the guys at their level are leaving, their resources are leaving. And so that's why
Mm.
they're always complaining. But the
So
thing is, listen, all they have to do is just comply, be agreeable, just comply. You know what I'm saying? Just stop bragging and trying to be difficult. And that's the
so
part I
you
don't
think
understand. Mhm.
so you think the issue is that they are afraid. It's like a scarcity mindset. They
Ab-
afraid that the men with the resources are whether they
Absolutely.
it's probably more on a subconscious level. Would you say that?
No, it's not
It's
because
not.
they know they just don't want to publicly admit it.
Mm,
You see
that
what
the
I'm
men
saying?
with the
Instead of just
resources.
apologize, be like, you know what, I was wrong. I messed up, which, guys, we're kind of trained to do that. They won't do it. And so, and it's just a bitterness. And especially as they get older, the numbers start shrinking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And you can ask any woman, right? Any woman to tell you this. Most of them ask them about how many friends they got, or if they can trust other women. Like women can't trust other women,
that's
right?
true.
But when they're together, it's like a pack of wolves, like a hyenas. They're packed like hyenas and wolves. They stick together
Hmm.
when they're together, but when they're apart, they can comply. You see, and it's almost like a competition. It's like we're not competing with them, but they're trying to compete with us. I don't understand why it is like that. Because if a man is expressing what he wants and what he needs, and you're not willing to do it, just just bow down. There's stop trying to convince other women to be like you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
So
And on that note, man, we're gonna get into another video. This is from I want to say Filipino P. I don't know if you heard of her. Uh, but let's watch a video from her. Let's get to it.
Going on between a certain segment of Western women and men who pursue international relationships.
I'm sorry, I got that wrong. This Pino P talking, but this is Zoom the Thailand YouTube channel. The homie Richie Mack. So he there was a good video right here. So let me play this.
It seems there's a lot of animosity against these guys, with name-calling and outrageous accusations. The conflict centers around a movement called the Passport Bros, who are typically black guys who have gotten fed up with the situation in the West and decided to look elsewhere for a happy life. Now, even though the Passport Bros are mostly African Americans, I think you'll recognize the same tactics being used to shame any guy who dares to dream of finding a better mate overseas.
Passport bros go to third world countries and purchase little girls and turn her into a breeding mare. They're little girls, you're sick.
Damn! I love you! So where is all this anger against the Passport Bros coming from? It sounds like the guys just want to find greener pastures, and their women don't seem to like him very much anyway. So what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Apparently, there's a group of, you guessed it, black men who have grown weary of remote control. So they've decided to seek dominance elsewhere. And that's in the form of traveling to third world countries to seek a bride. What's at play here is that these dusty, mediocre at best so-called men have finally come to the realization that black women are no longer willing to settle for the bare minimum and are choosing to stay single and maintain their peace. If divesting to desperate and disenfranchised women is so great, why do you all have to make an announcement, a grand announcement? Oh, I know why. Because you actually think that this will hurt black women.
Wait. I got to cut you off right there. This is about the software, not the hardware. The real question should be, why aren't high value or even dusty men flying in droves to the Matrix to find modern women? Things that make you go,
Okay, so the undesirable, dusty, mediocre, at best, so-called men want to get away from you? I wonder why they want to do that. You sound really sweet and not bitter at all. As for why the passport bros want to announce their intentions, maybe they're not trying to hurt women. They're just letting other men know that leaving is an option.
Theme music.
Zoom to Thailand. Hope you coming too. Richie Mack, travel OG with celebrity interview.
Yeah. I like Richie Mack YouTube channel, man. Zoom to Thailand. You know, I do have Thailand on my bucket list to travel to, man. I got to get to Thailand. Real, you been to Thailand?
I'll be there this April.
So
Absolutely.
this your first trip?
To Thailand, yes.
Okay.
It'll be my first trip.
Yeah, we gonna get on. We gonna talk. We gonna. I know some guys may be watching. Let's talk about some of the good things. Then let's talk about your travels to Brazil. What we gonna keep it surface level.
Right.
What's some of the best things that you love about going to Brazil?
Oh man, contrary to popular belief, it's actually the food. You know, I'm born and raised in New Orleans, bro, and we have the best food. Not because I'm from here, just every study and
It's the best.
every
It's the
food
best.
challenge. Well, thanks you. You know, I don't want to brag about it, but anyway,
It's
I
the
just
best.
love. That's another thing. I'm a foodie. I love traveling and trying different foods and stuff like that. And the quality of food is when you leave America. Oh man, it's you can ask any brother who leave, man. Your body is like you have energy. You lose weight. Your mind is clear. The air is fresher too. I mean, especially when we're talking about Brazil, you're talking about the beaches. The people are nice because America got a lot of assholes here, man. There's a lot of assholes here. Not saying there's none anywhere else, but the people are better. The air is fresh, and of course, the women are beautiful. And not only that, they smile, right? They smile.
You
And so
know,
that's
if you ask women to smile now, man, they gon' like, what the hell? Why you want me to smile?
dude, they look at you like you crazy, man. And that's, again, if there were beautiful women who didn't smile and their attitudes was messed up, I mean, brothers wouldn't like going down there. But the thing is beautiful women who actually smile, they're mild mannered, they don't raise their voice, they don't yell. It's rare that you'll see stuff like that, man. And it's just, they're more welcoming. And yeah, man, pretty much it's the attitudes are better. 100% better, man. And they're more appreciative too. That's another main thing about it. They're more appreciative.
Wow, you sold me. You think it's a big thing that Western women just do not want to compete? That's an issue too.
Don't want to compete?
Yeah, the Western women do not want to compete at all. That's why the men are leaving, because the women don't want to compete, put no effort in or anything at all now.
Yeah, that's the entitlement. That is the entitlement. They want to do things their way on their terms. And if you want a man, especially let's say an alpha man, a strong man who has his own mind, who's a leader, who's a protector, you're gonna have to comply. That's just the nature of the beast. Or you can get you the B or C type man. It just is what it is. You a certain set of rules. That's just hierarchy in any society around the world where you go, bro. Whether you're at any job in America, England, Australia, Africa, Asia, it's a hierarchy. And if you want to strive to get better in better positions, you have to comply to a certain set of rules. Unless you're just self-made and willing to be by yourself.
Wow.
And it's strange because there was a quote years ago. Barry Bonds said, when they were going through all that stuff about him trying to get in the Hall of Fame and did he care about it? Barry Bonds had a quote I've been using pretty much most of my life. He said, "I'm not afraid to be lonely at the top." You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of people hated him for saying that. They had animosity because they wanted him to be scared. But Barry was pretty much like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? I earned this. I know I'm the best. Y'all know I'm the best. And I'm not scared to tell you. And I'm going to be at the top by myself looking down on you motherfuckers. They called him arrogant. I call him confident. You see what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people, sisters, scared to live up to that standard. You know what I'm saying? Because society has changed so much. You know, again, brothers want the sisters, but you know, brothers not arguing is you know, we all know the stats. Brothers die earlier than any group of people in this country, but what we don't understand is it's a lot of stress. Like when you got to go to work and put up with some people, those folks, especially when you worry about, you know, other races, you got to deal with their shit. And then when you come home, you want that peace, man. You don't want to come to rah, 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 why you did that. And that's one of those things. Sisters have lost that. Now, when I was a younger dude, you know, back in the 80s, whatever, actually women cooperated. They did stuff like that. But these days, man, it's just like it's they're defiant on purpose almost. You know, so it's just I don't understand it. And they're doing it to try to prove to other women, you know, which is you shouldn't try to prove to anyone outside of your relationship, you know, that you're doing good or bad, actually. So, you know, yeah, it's just strange, man. I think, and again, I'm always go back to social media because social media exacerbated all this stuff. Some people are living out of the other people's reality. It's not even their reality. And I've had this conversation with people. It's like they can say, well, this person is like this, or all men or all women are like this. But it's like, well, everybody in your family or everybody you know isn't like that. So why are you saying that everybody's opposite of that? That's because of social media. They're on social media too much. And they're living their life through social media.
And King, I see your wheels turning, man. What you over there thinking?
Because I thought about this. I had a similar conversation about this dealing with certain women. They always say all men are like this. All the past bros think like this. And I'm like, we're only a small percentage of people that you know in the whole entire world. You know what I'm saying? It's a very small percentage. It's billions of people in the world. You only know 10 people from Fort Worth. And you trying to say all men are like this. So, you know, that really gets on my nerves too, you know.
Wow. And another thing I want to clear up when people be talking about passport bros, we gotta stop thinking that men that just go travel for like a weekend or 5 days or they're not passport bros. We talking about men that in my book are staying at places at least 3 weeks to a month or two. You know, are they traveling like every month they out of the country, you know?
Yeah. And so when
people like me, I go on a 3-4 day vacation. I'm not a passport. I'm a weekend warrior.
Listen, if my flight is over 7 hours, I say if my flight is over 9 or 10 hours, I'm going for a month. At least 3 weeks at least.
Yeah.
You know, I did last year. I did 3 international trips. I did one for a month. I went to Africa for actually I'm lying. I went to Brazil and Panama. I was going for almost a month. And I went to excuse me, I went to Africa in September and I was there for a month. I was there over a month. You know. So yeah, man, if my flight is over 10 hours, best believe I'm going at least 3 weeks.
So what countries did you visit in Africa?
Ooh, I've been to just South Africa. I went to in September. I was supposed to go to Tanzania and in Kenya. What happened? I had a couple of guys in the travel group were going out there first time. A good friend, I convinced him that I worked with. He was going out there for his first time, and I was like, well, let me put that off. And I went out there to kind of show him around and everything, show him the places to go and the spots to be in. And so that's why I didn't go. So that trip is probably going to be later on this year, probably next September. And I'm probably going to be. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm going to South Africa at least once a year. And then I'm explore other countries as well. So I'm gonna be in Africa at least twice every year from here on out.
Wow.
Plus other places too.
See, that's more proof to show. Like when we do travel, man, we going to places where our like melanated people are at. That's where we're going.
And I'm in part of the reason, man, I'm looking for my retirement home, man. I'm trying to when I retire, when it's all said and done, I'm getting the fuck up out of here, man. Y'all can have all these all these bitter people. You know, you can have this tax system, the bad food, you know, the environment, you know, these I call them Confederates, racists who try to act like they're not. You know, I'm not really worried about it, but at some point, man, you just you're tired of the fight and trying to educate people. So I just want, you know, it's like with anything, man. As you get older, you just want to just relax. You know, you don't have the energy to fight. You've been through it. You've been there and already. And my job now is just educate as many people as possible on all the opportunities they have. You know, let them learn from the mistakes I've made, and also from the accomplishments I've had, and direct them to certain resources if they're trying to follow my steps or somebody else. You know, if I don't know, I probably know somebody that do know. So I'll just kind of make suggestions like that. So that's where I'm at in my life right now.
Yeah, and since we have you on, man, that's dig into that wealth of knowledge you have. Like somebody, a young brother that's watching right now, he want to get out there, he want to travel, and he want to explore the world. And it could be for he want to save more money. It could be he may want to find a wife. It can be for whatever the reason may be. What advice you would give that young brother to start his journey on traveling?
Stop spending money on dumb shit. You know, can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse. Yeah, you can curse. Yeah, you good.
Well, let me hold up. What my boy called it, Tariq Nasheed, nigga trinkets. Yeah. Stop spending. And a lot of time, excuse me, most of the time, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you save. And a lot of brothers don't get that part of it. Because I know motherfuckers that earn, you know, over $100,000 a year. At one point when I was younger, when I was, you know, 25, 30, called and asked me for money, to borrow money from me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing with your money? You know? And I was always, you know, I never was the flashy guy. I might have a, you know, diamond ring on. I love watches, by the way. But other than that, man, shoes and cars, I'm not big on that. I like nice stuff, but I was never that dude, you know. Because I've been around it, so it never impressed me. And plus, I never like to show my money like that. I like to kind of move in silence sometimes. But the number one thing is stop spending money on dumb shit. Like buying you got 1,000 pair of Jordans, like a million other people. No offense, bro. I'm just saying. It's like we waste money on stuff that doesn't make us money.
That's true.
You know, and my only thing is when I was young, let's say when I was younger, I never spent money like that. But my thing is because of the you know, how I was raised and the people I was around, I didn't know a lot about investments. I was self-taught on a lot of stuff I know now. I actually taught myself. I sought the knowledge. I'm like, well, how does that guy live like that? How does he get this car in his house? And so either I go talk to him or he'll reference me something, and I'll just do the research, and I kind of I built myself up, you know. And again, another thing is wasting time, right? When somebody come to me and say they want to do this, and then I ask them, well, why aren't you doing this? I don't those excuses. Only thing I want to hear is I fucked up, I'll do better. You know, I raised my kids like that. It's like I don't hear you're fucked up, and I don't want to have a timeline of why you fucked up. Just say I fucked up, and we will do better. And stop using excuses. And for instance, PlayStation. You got guys be sitting on PlayStation all day when they could be trying to learn how to better themselves, how to make money.
Learn a new language.
Learn a new language. You know, and it's strange because quick story, right? So years ago, I got custody of my daughter. I went to court and I actually represented myself in one custody. And so when a lot of guys found out about it, I had dozens of guys calling and, man, how'd you do that? Because they were going through their things, right? And so I told them, I gave them a step-by-step guide. I said, listen, I had a packet full of information, dude, that I read about law, how to present stuff in court and everything. And I said, well, listen, because I was excited to tell guys about it, you know. Yeah. But when I told them, I checked with them a year later, they're still complaining about the same thing.
And they haven't done anything you said.
But yet during that year, I see them posting on trips, out to dinner, buying dumb shit. But yet they'll call me in later on this year. I'll send them a message. Hey man, how you made out with that? Oh man, she still don't want to do it. Well, did you take the first step I told you? Nah, I didn't do it because it's like after that, I'm not even gonna talk to you no more. You know, because I wasted my time and knowledge that I spent hours and days and weeks researching to give to you to be better, but you didn't use it. After that, I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Make
'Cause
them
with
pay
my
for it. They'll use it.
exactly. So what the guys that's willing to learn will pay for it. You know, I was doing it because it was friends that I've been knowing for years, and I know guys are struggling, so that's why I did it. But I don't do that no more. You know, you got to pay now.
Yep.
But and so what I do, I call it the some people heard me tell the story, but I call it my knowledge train, right? Like a train just it's a steady flow, right? You know, you have some people, if they see somebody by the wayside, they wanna stop and help, right?
Yeah.
And but what they're doing, you're stopping you they have like 1,000 people down the road that you need to help, but you can't help them because you helping that one person, right? So I call it my knowledge train. It ain't gonna stop. You can jump on the train. Uh, I'll talk to you. I'll tell you whatever knowledge you need, but that train is gonna keep going, right?
Yeah.
You can jump on and off whenever you want, right? But see those 1,000 people ahead of me, I'm not stopping this train because they need that help. So I'm gonna give you that knowledge one time. You ain't no jumping in off my train. That's another thing. You jump on and you get it. You jump off, you're not getting back on. You know, because I'm not wasting my time helping people like that. You know, so I tell guys, number one, stop spending money on dumb nigga shit, and number two, stop wasting time. Because you can get, bro, there's so many resources. Like when I was a kid, bro, we didn't even have all the internet information like they do now. There's a million different ways you can make money right now, bro. And you know, so the information is out there. You just got to do it. You got to apply yourself.
Yep.
You know. Oh, and another
Exactly.
thing, stop wasting money on women. The dudes do that stuff. They waste a lot of money dealing with different women.
Hold on, let's go deep dive in that. What you
Mhm.
mean wasted? What they wasting money on? What, dinner dates? What you talking about?
Well, you know, you have these guys. I'm a player. I'm a player. I'm a player. You know, and
Okay.
for 15, 20 years, he's still claiming I'm a player. I'm a player. I'm a player. Well, you know, where's your you know, what have you acquired in that 15 years? What have you done in that 15 years? You got all these women, but you've been wasting money. Again, that goes back to my original point. My number one point is stop spending money on dumb stuff, which is dates, especially now, because they're, you know, from what I heard, everybody want these $100 meals now, which it's crazy to me why guys would even fathom to pay for that. But yeah, man, they waste money on then another thing, men spend a lot of money on that dumb shit to impress women. You know, because guys used to ask me when I was younger, you know, they buying nice cars and watches and jewelry and all that, man. Yeah, I'm going to the club, I'm doing this. And I'm showing up with boots, shorts, and a tank top on. I'm pulling the same women. You see what I'm saying? But with a pocket full of money. And so, you know, I've been around like some solid men. You know, some of my uncles in my family were on both sides of my family were some attractive guys. So I always got a little game from them and stuff. And they told me how to talk to women, you know, how to appreciate women and stuff like that. And even the women in my family told me, you know, my mom, she used to give me game about women. My aunts, you know what I'm saying? They always looked out for me. And that's why I love them to death to this day, because they looked out for me and I look out for them. And so
Yep.
I always knew don't lead with your wallet and stuff like that. But a lot of guys now, especially if they've been raised by a single mama, especially one of them hood rat single mamas, oh, they spend money on dumb shit all day. Those hood rat single mamas is single-handedly destroying the black community.
Woo, okay, let's talk about it. You threw it out there, so I'm gonna go another route. I'm gonna go this route.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go this route. So let's deal with this, because I know a lot of women be thinking this, and a lot of plantation bros think this as well.
Oh, I know.
And
I know.
and it them have truth to what I'm about to say, but it's not the whole picture. The women would say, when most black men travel to these places, we going to buy punani.
Mm-hmm.
They say that's the only reason we going. We going to buy punani. That's the only thing we up to. We ain't looking for. We're not looking for wives. We just going to buy punani. And I would say to that is that's a half truth. This is my thing. This is where I'm at with it. Regardless where a man travel, domestic, wherever he goes, he gonna want some sex. If a man travel to New York, Miami, hell, if he going to Birmingham, Alabama, wherever he go, he gonna be trying to get in something nice and warm.
It's human nature.
It's just human nature. So it don't matter where the man travel. Every man gonna be trying to do the same thing, regardless of where he's going. So that's why I kind of say that's a half truth, because it don't matter where a man travel. He's gonna be trying to poke something at the end of the day, you know.
So the thing is, they say that because they see one or two dudes say that on the internet, and they want him to be the representative for all dudes. And trust me, it's not true. I've seen both sides. You know, so when they say guys are just traveling to pay for sex, I put it like this. When you're in America, do you just, when you get ready to go out, do you just go out and just find one woman and marry her? Or do you, well, let me meet this person, this club, where next week I'm gonna go out and meet this woman. I'm gonna date until I find that woman. That's the part they're jealous about, because we got the option to date other women until we find a wife, right? Most guys, just like in America, they want wives, but every woman you find in other countries aren't marriage material. Y'all might meet, have sex, it don't work out in a couple of months. Guess what? Move on to the next. That's not me. That don't mean I just traveled over there to pay for pussy. It just didn't work out with that one woman, so I'm gonna keep dating until I find that woman that is worth marrying. You see what I'm saying?
That's what you're saying.
And a lot of sisters don't look at it like that. They just, oh, he's traveling to get cheap pussy. No, I'm just not wasting money on your ass here.
And another thing is,
the resources are leaving. That's basically all come down to their resources at their level. Getting them out of here, bro.
It's very capitalistic, you know, in a sense, you know. It is very capitalistic, and if you, it makes sense if a guy feel like he's not getting what he wants here, if he got the means and the resources, by all means, go get it. And another myth is they always throw this one out too. This is another favorite one they like to say is, oh, you go get that woman and bring her back over here, she's gonna leave you. But the thing is, most men that go look for wives in these countries, they don't bring them back.
Yeah.
You know, and you can speak to that.
Well, they're smart.
You know, men, you know men that don't do that.
Yeah, they're smart. They've heard, you know, and a lot, again, listen, a lot of older guys, yeah, they'll find a younger woman, but most guys who dated attractive women in the States and then they go over there and date a younger attractive woman overseas, they already know a young woman's mentality. So that's why they don't do it. They're very impressionable, especially if they're on the internet, if they got posting pictures on social media all day, they see all this stuff. So that's what I tell guys, you got a girl that's on social media all day, don't make her your girlfriend, because it's going to corrupt her at some point, especially if she's a younger woman. But you know, you get a woman maybe 35 and older, 40, 45, they're more established, you can't corrupt them as much, they're not as encourageable. Yeah, I would take the chance on them, but you know, you trying to you know, 50-year-old guy trying to date a 23-year-old dime dude, it's like yo the odds of that working, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. But some guys don't understand it because they've never dated a beautiful woman before. That's their first time getting that attention. And you know, and they may mean well, right? They mean well, but you know, some people got ulterior motives, right? And they may just want to get here, you know. So again, it's not all. That's why you have to travel. You have to travel to multiple places, multiple times, get in touch with the culture, learn to speak the language, and you can adapt and understand a little better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about that knowledge. But yeah, it's a lot of things not true. That's why it takes a certain type of man to first off be a traveling black man, because
absolutely,
for the ones that's going to try to find a wife. They don't look at moving back to the United States. They gone for like 6-7 months out of the year. They like once they'll come back and
Yeah.
then for like a week or two, they going back to
Yeah.
their country, you know.
Right.
You know,
Like
so
when my last well, not my last international trip, when I went to Africa, I was over there looking for property. Actually, I got a couple of places in mind, but what I want to do, because they would have some new development going on, I'm gonna wait till the next time I go there because I want to see how that turns out. But
man,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
getting up out of here, bro. You know.
yeah, it's a lot of guys over there making moves, man.
Oh, listen,
we learning the lay of the land.
I
We
know these
figure,
guys. I know them. I
yeah,
talk to them all the time. You know,
me
it was
too,
crazy in the building. My building back when I was in Rio in April, I was on the way to the airport and I met a guy. We was actually on the same plane together. I was leaving, but he was running late, so he was coming in the building. He had bought him that apartment in that building like a year ago. Older guy, maybe 65 or whatever. You know, real cool brother. You know, offered me to come in his airport lounge and everything. Man, we had a good conversation. So we text, you know, and talk every now and again. So yeah, man, there's a lot of brothers making moves. You got to understand something. Most brothers want to make that move. You know, so when you got a guy that goes down there one time, it's an experience. If he goes back, sometimes he want to move down there, but he may not have the financial means to do it. Because he can't do it doesn't mean that he's just going to fuck off. He's just, you know, like that culture, like to be around those people. You
yeah.
know, but it's damn near every brother I meet. I would want to say in the 90 percentile, the places I've been, they want to stay.
And another thing is, and King,
Damn.
I don't know how much traveling you've been doing, King, but one thing I noticed, and when I went out of the country, man, brothers, we talk to each other like we don't talk to each other here. When you get outside of the United States, man, you gonna walk up to a random brother and just start a whole conversation. They're gonna be like, "Hey, where you from?" And y'all chop it up, y'all become best buddies and all that type of stuff. It's like something you never seen, King. When you see another African American brother in another country, man,
Oh yeah, I mean you got
man,
guys. But
you
what's
clicked
crazy?
up, so man, you click up and become best friends like instantly.
Listen, it's crazy, man, because you just automatically just know it because you got two guys on the same wavelength, right? On the same level.
Yeah.
So I mean, I see guys that's 23 years old are best friends with guys that's like 68 years old. I mean, they just kick it. You know, you be thinking, what, that must be his son, his grandson. Nah, they just boys. You see it all the time when you go
That's my
international,
experience.
bro.
That's my experience. When I went to the DR, I met a 60-year-old dude. We was at the same hotel. Man,
Hmm.
we clicked up so hard, man. We clicked up so hard. We everywhere we went everywhere together, man.
Hmm.
He's like, man, I've been over here so many times. So he was telling me the places to go to eat. He said, let me introduce you to my guy Johnny. You know, he gonna take care of you with a plate of food. The food good.
Hmm.
And I just met multiple brothers like that. Another brother was like, yeah, man, I own some property over here. I got a condo. Met another
Hmm.
dude. I met this Puerto Rican cat, old school Puerto Rican cat. He had to be like 55 or 60. He like, man,
Hmm.
I've been over here for like 10, 15 years living over here. And he spoke Spanish already. So, you know, he was looking out for me with, you know, translating and stuff like that. So
Hmm. Yeah.
it's love over there. Once they find out you from the States, oh,
Yeah.
they take care of each other.
And I find that being in America, because this where we live and most brothers are here, most of the people you run across, y'all not on the same level, right? Y'all don't, the thought process different. So you don't meet brothers that you can vibe with like that, right? But when you go overseas, most brothers have that same mentality, right? They're ready to get up out of here. They've been through some bullshit here. They're just tired of dealing with it. And you know, y'all have a lot in common, man. You know, so that's how that works.
Man, facts. But
Yeah.
man, we chopped up some good game. We might have to do a part two to
man.
this. Yeah. But you know, but King, I've been doing all the talking, man. Anything you want to ask?
I'm just
I don't
so
want to.
me. I'm
We ain't in no rush. We ain't got to rush this. If you got something to ask, go ahead.
I got one question for real. Me
Mhm.
myself, I haven't traveled international yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. I've traveled, in the States, but I haven't went international yet. what advice do you have for a guy like myself who might be starting to travel? And what places do you recommend going first?
So number one, what is your purpose to travel? Because I can't answer that without
Okay.
knowing what your purpose to travel.
I'm not looking for a wife. You know, I do like the women though. I ain't gonna lie, but I would like to, get out, explore.
We all
some
do.
new
We all
things,
do. Yeah.
Try the food. I love food, so yeah.
Man, I would say, man, just get your feet wet, and especially because they got a lot of brothers there already. Man, just go to I mean, you heard the stories. Go to DR, man. Go soak it up. You can go to Colombia. You can go to Mexico. There are places in Mexico, Central America, Costa Rica, Belize, Panama. You can man. Listen, before all of the travel shit came out years ago, man. When I tell you, I had a blast in Turks and Caicos. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm gonna keep it PG, but man, I had a blast, dude. It was crazy is that before I, because it took me a couple of days to get my feet wet. I was out there for about 8 days, and like the third to last day, man, I started figuring the shit out. So my second to last day, my last day there, last full day, I figured that shit out, and I was like, damn, man, it's a gold mine down there, bro. Only bad thing is you gotta have money in Turks and Caicos, bro. It's expensive, but I had a blast down there. It's a bunch of local women, and also it's right above Dominican Republic, so you had a lot of people, women from Dominican Republic out there. Had the little stores and restaurants and stuff like that. So you had a mixture of Caribbean food and Dominican food and stuff like that. But if you don't have like a boy that want to travel with you, I would suggest just stick your toe out. Just get a little dab, right? You want to go, and the main thing is do your research. Like if you're interested in a place, go to YouTube University, dude. You can find out anything. Just type it in. You can Google it. It's not like how it was 20 years ago where you had to go pick up a book, go somewhere and meet people to find out all this stuff, dude. You're just a click away. And so for women, man, like I said, DR is the spot, bro. I mean, you see, this is the thing, man. You got these guys who've been to DR 2 times, 3 times, so they shit on it, right? It's like, oh, fuck the DR. Well, man, it's trash down there. No, it ain't. It's still gold compared to the United States, bro. It's just they've been there so much, so they project to other brothers. Oh, I got this. I'm a traveler now, so that ain't nothing. I've been to better place. Man, go down there and have a fun, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Then the brothers that go to the DR, they don't even go to Santo Domingo or to the city or
Right.
anything like that, or the
Bro,
countryside.
You got places outside of Punta Cana, outside of Santo Domingo. Not only Santo Domingo, you got places outside of Sosúa, Puerto Plata. The thing is, man, you want to explore. See, me, I'm an explorer, dude. I talk to everybody. Everywhere I go, I see something in the mountains. I was like, shit, how I catch an Uber or catch a taxi ride to that house in the mountains or some shit. That's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so definitely, bro, you want to go get to the motherland, dude. You want to get to that's a hidden gem, bro. You can go to places like Ghana, check it out. It's, like I say, if you're going by yourself, I don't know if you like me. I don't give a shit about going by myself because I just take my chances. That's just I've always been like that. But if you're kind of nervous or hesitant, go where they got a lot of other black people. You know what I'm saying? So Ghana is a good place. Your first step in Africa should be like Ghana. You know what I'm saying? Once you get there, you're gonna meet other brothers and other people who live there. They're gonna make suggestions and stuff like that. So, and another thing about the motherland, dude, when I tell you, like I said, I've been to several places.
Yeah.
If you love black women, see that continent? Women in America don't even compare. They ain't even on a playing field when it comes to women over there, bro. They're not even on the field.
I gotta go.
Listen, they still in the locker room, bro. You know what I'm saying? The women over there, bro, they're on the 50-yard line, bro. And look, I don't want to shit on the women here because they do have some beautiful women. I have 2 beautiful sisters. I have, my mom's family and all that shit like that. It's just the dating market is so fucked up and askew because of social media. I know nice women, dude, that I've been on dates with, and they would bring up some shit that's on social media. I'm like, And I saw it, but I'm like, well, where did you get that from? It's just that. No, it ain't. You watching too much social media.
Watch too much social media.
And social media has destroyed these women brain cells over here, bro. They live everything they do is based on what other people think. And you know the story in America, you never let people outside of your relationship. I said it earlier, you never let people outside of your relationship in your relationship because they can destroy it. Well, guess what? Social media is destroying a lot of shit. A lot of it. You know, they want to project to other people, hey, everybody, I'm happy. Hey, help me wish my husband a happy anniversary. Motherfucker, go wish yourself. Like, why you gotta put that shit on social media? We ain't married to this motherfucker. You bragging because you married 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I've known people that do that. It's more times than not. Probably 80% of the people I know, they're trying to project that their relationship is good on social media. And I know them personally, and they having shit problems. And I'm like, hold up. Didn't you just tell me a month ago your husband cheated or your wife fucking the pastor, but now you're on the internet talking about how good 20 years strong and nothing can break us. It's weird, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We done all seen that type of shit. We done all seen that.
So the majority, I would say the 80-90% of the people who put their relationship on social media, they're not happy. They're not really happy. Especially guys.
King, and going back to what King said, that I'm the DR would be a good training wheel place.
Oh, absolutely.
The DR it's a good training wheel place, man.
What King 2 we gotta go, man.
Listen,
man,
bro.
Hey, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
King 2, listen, bro. Listen, you got to go, bro. I'm telling you, don't be scared. Because once you leave, I'm gonna tell you something. Your whole trajectory in life is gonna change.
Oh, I've been to the DR. I've been to the DR.
Oh,
He's been.
Yeah. I'm trying to get. I'm gonna take King with me next time, man.
Take him with
Listen,
you, bro.
I went to. Hey, I be ready to hear "Welcome to Flip Flop." I be.
Yep. I done heard it a couple of times. You know,
Yeah.
but again, it's crazy, man. If y'all get to those countryside areas, bro.
Okay.
Blow your mind. Like I literally had girlfriends that's from out of the countries in different countries, bro. And that experience, you can't, you'll never get that in America. It'll never. That experience was gone probably in the 80s or the 70s, bro. Like you'll never get that here. And then when you be around a woman who appreciate like little things, and see another thing, people think you got to go spend all this money. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can buy a single rose or a little braided bead bracelet for a woman overseas, bro. When I tell you she's appreciative of it, and your natural male instincts will kick in to protect this woman just because she appreciated the small thing you did for her. You see, it just kicks in. Like it's a natural thing.
I'm gonna write that down. Yeah, I like that. I like what you said there. Cause I noticed that too. When I do meet a woman, which is rare, that appreciates. I want to be like, yeah, I want to, protect this woman. I want to be more of a provider for a woman. You know what I'm saying? If she appreciates it.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I find. Cause I'm a serial dater. I be dating. I tell Ken all the time about the dates I be going on. They're not appreciative.
Yeah. And listen, don't be ashamed because society tell you, well, you need to get married and all this stuff. Listen, man, date as many as you need to find that one.
Hold on, he been married before.
What happened, bro?
We don't got time. We don't got enough time.
He got time. That's a whole other show, huh?
That's a whole other show. Hey,
that's a whole other show.
Listen, okay.
That's a whole other topic. Huh?
Yeah.
So check this out. So somebody that was watching my YouTube, they had access to my cell phone number. So they just text me. She said, them ninjas, fat, old, and tired, we don't want them, no way. And then she said, Passport Bros is a blessing for us, real talk.
Good.
LOL.
Well, good. It works for both parties. I have no complaints, no arguments. It works for you that I'm gone. Good. Less stress for you. And guess what? It works for me that I don't have to deal with you. So it works for all parties.
It's a win-win for everyone.
See how easy that was? No complaints, no arguments, no debating. It works. Let me tell you something. Another quick story, right? So this chick I used to follow, real estate chick. I forgot what her name is, Nico something, right? So I followed her for maybe 2.5, 3 years, and this was maybe a year ago. So she always used to throw like relationship topics, and she have a big following. I think she probably have about 400,000, 500,000 followers at the time. But anyway, she'll throw in a relationship topic just to kind of switch it up, kind of break the monotony and all that stuff like that. And then everybody got their comments, right? So everybody, include myself, I used to say some shit sometime. Of course, it's mostly black people, and people going back and forth. Then you got the majority of simps in there because, she had a surgery and she always take a little sexy pic. So you know how that is. More dudes follow the simps. You're beautiful queen, all that shit all day. But anyway, so one day I was just like, I'm tired of trying to help them. Like I used to tell women shit to help them with dealing with shit, with men, and also how men should deal with women, but it's always some kind of fight and pushback. I started telling brothers, I said, you know what? Go get your Latina, go get your African woman. Like I stopped even getting in those debates. And what I noticed was, like the women, they'll make a little smart comment, but they had no response to it because it's like he's not being argumentative. I know he's right. I'm not gonna tell him he's right. Well, go ahead. So I must have did that in maybe 4 different times. Do you know this girl? She kicked me out the group because I was telling brothers go overseas and find your wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I had like 3 other pages. So I went on my backup page. I started doing the same thing, and she didn't even know that was me. She kicked me out the group, banned me from the group. I went on my 3rd page. I started doing the same thing just to kind of troll them a little bit. She did the same thing, meaning she wanted dudes to stay there with her and argue with her about the situation. When I told men, just stop arguing with them, just leave. Kick me out the group. You see what I'm saying? So with that person that just commented, you know how she said, he can go, we don't want their old fat ass. Well, guess what? It's a billion other women that do. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Go spend the rest of your life looking for your, what you call it, the 3-6 dude, and somebody that's going to tolerate that bad attitude. I don't tolerate that shit with none of them. You know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you how many times I done cursed. And it's sad to say, man, but these sisters at customer service, man, especially in you heard about the Atlanta stores, in New Orleans is just as bad. But it's terrible, man. The bad attitude from these sisters, bro. And I hate this, and it's always them 90% of the time. It's just just miserable, man. And you have certain places where what it is, those sisters are they're the loud ones because they have a lot of nice sisters too, but because they're so loud, nobody pays attention to the ones that's doing good and do what they have to do. And they should speak up as well.
That's the problem. They don't speak up.
Yeah, and it's making it, because these loud ones are all over the internet, they making it seem like the black men are the problem, when actually we not. Every statistic point to them that's fucking up black society. They don't want to hear that, but if you look at all the statistics, worst parents, most abusive parents, out of wedlock pregnancies, least married, sexually transmitted diseases. Sorry to say, sisters, but it all point to you. You can don't get mad at me. Go do the research. It's there. I look the shit up. You know what I'm saying? But they always want to. It's almost like, and I tell my boys this. These racists, these white supremacists, racist white men and these black feminists, they're business partners. They have a vested interest in keeping black men happy and broke. Think about that. Man. They're black feminists, or these strong independent motherfuckers, and white supremacists, they are business partners. They have a vested interest in seeing brothers unhappy and broke.
Wow.
And so that's the bitter ones you see a lot of times.
That's a tough one to swallow right there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we get counseled now. We get counseled now.
Listen,
King.
I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to have a discussion with a sister about it. Because all I'm gonna do is tell her, go look at the numbers. Go look at the numbers. Go look at the CDC. You can look at the Library of Congress. You can go check out history. You can see you go any government website and you can see all this stuff, man. Department of Labor and Statistics, everything is there. The two biggest groups, the two biggest enemies of black men in America are black feminists and racist white boys.
Now let's be correct. We're not saying black women. We said black feminists.
Feminists. I'm very specific when I speak.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
them
so
strong, independent.
somebody gonna hear that and think you talking about all black women. Oh, black
Oh no,
feminists.
no! It's the strong,
Black feminists.
independent, pecan-headed heifers that's destroying the black society and allowing all these young girls to follow behind that destruction, and it's killing the black community, dude. It's just, and that's why I speak about it so much. It's not that I hate them. It's like I love the black community. That's why I speak on it. Because if I didn't like you, motherfuckers, I wouldn't even be speaking on it. I wouldn't say shit.
Exactly.
But again, the first teacher is the black woman, and we need her to get on the program to re-educate these boys and girls. You know, because if you look at the way these societies worked back in 500 years ago, the mom or the queen, they raised their sons to be lions, right? To be leaders, to be able to make those tough decisions, right? You may have to go kill 10 people to save 1,000, right? Everybody's not built for that. And so what I appreciate about women like that in those societies, they understood that. I got to train this dude here to be a stone cold killer in some instance. He has to be a king one day. That means he's going to have to put my ass in check one day. I can't beat him, right? So I have to train him to protect me and to go out and kill and to provide for us. And with the women here, they don't understand that. They want their sons to be, all women are queens. They can do no wrong. You can't do that.
The black woman is God.
The black woman. Listen, I used to be that dude. You know what? Why I'm not no more? Life lessons told me otherwise.
Well, we gonna end it like that, man. We gonna. That's good. I told you, man. This was a good conversation. I'm glad we had it. So if you still watching. If you still watching, folks, like, hey, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like my whole YouTube channel is totally changed now. Like the people that subscribe to, they probably like, what the hell this YouTube channel is talking about now? Right. Like, but I'm gonna get a whole new core group of people to come to this new YouTube channel. So remember to like, share, subscribe, join the channel. Straight Talk with Ken too. We're gonna have more very good conversations like this. I think this was a productive conversation. We didn't bash anyone today. We just showing another side of things, but other than that, hey man, y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, and we about to be out of here because we was on here for like almost an hour and a half. So hey, it's time to go, man. I'm hungry. Yeah. But
it went fast, man. It was a good.
It went fast. Good, went fast. Good. All right, y'all take care. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right.